Pittsburgh Penguins co-owners Mario Lemieux and Ron Burkle still looking to sell the franchise, according to reports. But the published report about the rift between the two certainly hasn't helped matters. Trying to salvage the deal, they issued a joint statement to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette saying, quote, contrary to media reports regarding the potential sale of the Penguins, no disagreement between us, remaining completely aligned in both approach and philosophy. We continue to explore all of our strategic options, including a possible sale. There's never been an established price for the team, and still in conversations with potential buyers, and it's unfortunate that we even have to respond to a story based on anonymous quotes. This was on the heels of a report from November that a rift had developed between Lemieux and Sidney Crosby. Obviously, a rift that has to be taken fairly seriously. The initial price tag for the Penguins, $750 million, which if sold at that price would set a record for a U.S.-based NHL team. Debates ensue regarding the team's value, most centered around the value of development rights to the 28-acre property. The Civic Center Arena, an icon in Pittsburgh as well, certainly increasing the franchise price, seeing the long-term issues regarding the Penguins and a sale process. It certainly doesn't happen overnight. Washington Nationals phenom Bryce Harper signs a long-term deal with New Era Cap Company, an ambassador for the company, along with other baseball icons and superstars as well. Before the upcoming season, he'll be featured along with company's other ambassadors. One of the most impressive lineups and brand ambassadors in any sport has New Era. Harper joins Pittsburgh Pirates center fielder Andrew McCutchen, Giants catcher Buster Posey, Mets pitcher Jacob deGrom. And while financial details not disclosed, Harper has an option to let the deal run through 2018. Discussing the excitement to represent the company, he said, quote, ever since I was a 5 or 6 year old, I was wearing snapbacks or beanies, always New Era or nothing else. Certainly the dollars don't hurt either. From a Canadian perspective, New Era story, Toronto Blue Jays starting pitcher Marcus Stroman, he's one of the brand ambassadors. He's been making a lot of efforts to push his own brand in Toronto. On January 9, he trademarked his signature catchphrase, height doesn't mention heart, and HDMH. He also has his own New Era HDMH selection. Beloved in the market after coming back to pitch for the Jays late last season after recovering from a torn ACL suffered in spring training. The bottom line is New Era chooses their ambassadors with great care, character, as well as performance. After nearly a decade-long stalemate in the region, the St. Petersburg City Council has given the Rays time to look for a new home somewhere in the metropolitan area. The Tampa Bay Times reports a 3-year opportunity to look at Pinellas and Hillsborough counties as well. While the Rays are being given the option to stay and rebuild a newer, more modern stadium, if the franchise elects to move out of Tropicana Field, the current stadium site will be demolished and transformed into prime downtown real estate. Going forward, the Rays now have 60 days to outline the process the team will use to evaluate sites, and the team also has agreed to take at least 6 months to do an evaluation, so St. Petersburg has a fair chance to make its case that the Rays should stay. Of course, baseball fans across Canada, but specifically in Montreal, will be watching the Tampa Bay Rays stadium situation closely, and as without a new stadium, the Rays are the most likely team to be discussed in terms of relocation. The Jays have enjoyed a great deal of success by hosting spring training games in Montreal, and last year's 2 games at the Olympic Stadium against the woeful Cincinnati Reds attracted nearly 100,000 fans over 2 games. They play the Red Sox in a 2-game series at the Big O on April 1 and 2 this season. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred has met with Mayor Denis Coderre to discuss the possibility of regular season games in Montreal, which may consider the first step toward a potential return of MLB to La Belle Province. Relocation is a long and tedious effort, and if you don't think so, just take a look at the St. Louis Rams and LA. But the bottom line is baseball and other sports will accept market stability as an important goal, but if it's not, we'll be quick to find other locations.